All right, now what were you saying now? Exercise? What was you saying off air?
It's a vocal exercise. Actors do it to loosen up, pause their mouth. You know?
Yo, fam, hold on. We not coming in hot like that. We not
red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Never heard that? I mean, you never heard that? Actors do that.
No.
Well, I mean, they do a lot of things, so.
Yeah, but he's not about.
He's saying that like that's the only thing that they do as a warm up.
Would you just watch a doc or some shit that like now you're sound and proficient in warm ups?
No, man. You was out here meing.
I was trying to get my vocal cords right.
That's even better.
Yeah, I never have to practice.
You don't have much of a voice, but it's fine. So thank you guys for tuning in as always. Grassroots Podcast. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification button to be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes. Also, be sure to subscribe to the newsletter where we also drop the latest and greatest on events, merch, and everything else Grassroots Podcast. I am one of the hosts, Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Bartholomew J. Wilshire III.
What the fuck?
What, man? That's me, man.
That's not you.
Oh, you're right. Dr. Kenneth Noisewater.
Okay, all right. I see what kind of day this is. I don't have a cup.
Yeah, I still didn't even look that guy up. I'm Wilson.
Yeah. Well, the other guy was from Anchorman. That's where that was from.
Yeah, but I want to know
Last week.
exactly who it was.
You gotta look it up.
I don't
look it up, kids.
I don't know. So we have a decent amount to cover this week, which is really, really dope. Eddie Murphy did Saturday Night Live for the first time in, 30-something years?
35.
Yeah, 35 years. I had some smoke for your man Wilson because...
Why?
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Okay.
But Eddie Murphy, again, made his debut back to Saturday Night Live. The anticipated segment came out with a whole slew of guests that joined him, from Dave Chappelle, Tracy McGrady, Tracy Morgan. T-Mac was over there. T-Mac was in the building.
Yeah, he might as well have been there. Everybody else was.
Yeah, and then Keenan. I want to get into Keenan because I feel like people are shading him, and I don't think he gets enough credit.
Shading him on what? The fact that he jumped into that.
Don't little mama him.
Well, people are trying to little mama him.
Don't little mama him, baby.
I want to go on record by saying, number one, that he is one of the longest SNL, the longest, right?
15 years
the longest. Yeah, he needs to be on that stage. I don't know why people are treating him like little mama, even though I get it. The whole
on that stage.
I mean, if you talking SNL, yeah, on that stage, why not?
Yeah, those are SNL.
Think about
alone.
it. If you talking
that
about
arena,
if you're talking about the Mount Rushmore of,
and I love Keenan.
Do you?
I don't know. I don't. That didn't even sound convincing when you said it. So I know. Yeah, I don't know. But my thing is, when you talking about like putting, like if we had to create the Mount Rushmore of comedic skit deliverers from SNL, you wouldn't put him up there?
I don't think so, man. How many heads on Mount Rushmore?
Four.
Going Will Ferrell.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Eddie Murphy.
Hold on, I'm talking active, not people that have come and gone. He is the only person that has been there.
If you talk about,
I mean, he's been there the longest.
He's been there, but if I'm right with Wilson, if you talking about Mount Rushmore, people who came through SNL,
yeah, you got Adam Sandler, David
come
Spade.
on, I'm not talking about who came. There's
David Spade. Was he a part of it?
He was. But you put him up there?
Yeah, I wouldn't put David Spade up there. No, I'm not putting David Spade up there.
What's Keenan's most memorable character? What's the name of him?
Steve
Harvey and Black Jeopardy.
All right.
There's one other thing. But nevertheless, I'm just saying, I'm talking about.
I love Keenan. He's great.
Yo, you're not gonna keep saying that you love Keenan.
No, but
if
he's standing
you've
next
done
to,
nothing but say, I don't think he does. It doesn't make
David
sense.
Spade over there.
Yeah, you put David Spade over there. Name me the last David Spade thing that you've seen. Keenan is on stage with Eddie, so I don't doesn't really compare. Just saying.
Chappelle, Chris Rock.
They're all
Tracy
on
Morgan.
stage.
Well, hold on.
And then Keenan.
But hold on, to be fair, Chappelle got turned down by.
Come on, son.
What's his name? Leor, the guy who runs SNL. He turned Chappelle down.
I don't know his name. We can look it up. Chris isn't.
That doesn't boost Keenan up.
Yeah, that is. Well,
no, I'm just saying if SNL. Alone,
I love Keenan. But
if you say that,
yeah, I'm just saying if we're talking Tracy Morgan,
Keenan's gonna snuff you.
Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock,
okay,
and then Good Burger. What are we doing?
That's disrespectful. Good Burger. was the home of the good burger and did actually well. But
Chappelle show, all that.
Well,
Leon Michaels.
Huh?
Leon Michaels. That's
That makes no mind. I'm saying for the event, for the night, I think it made sense for him to be on stage with them. Like, you have Eddie coming back. Why not have a bunch of legends up there?
I think if he was going to be up there, somebody should have turned and said, "Oh, you're the longest guy to ever be on SNL." Then I would have been like, "All right, bet." But just standing up there, it was like, okay.
Certain things go unsaid. He'll, if you know, you know.
All right, we get it. You got the white guy out of there. Maybe you just beat it.
I'm just saying.
He should have scrammed with him.
Yeah. So I want to. So what did you guys think about Eddie's performance?
I enjoyed it, man. But you could tell.
I saw 2 skits.
You saw 2. You could tell he was a little
nervous.
Not nervous. It's just the rust.
A little rust.
Yeah, he had to get back on it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good. He's Eddie. He's one of the GOATs as far as comedians are concerned, man.
But this is what I was talking about last week. Well, whenever we talked about the whole Eddie thing, we were talking about the celebrities in cars or whatever that was, right?
Yeah.
And I said it'll only take for him to get back on that bike for a brief second for you to see greatness.
Time out. That's acting, not stand up.
Yeah, but that's comedic relief. What do you mean? Those
He's always going to be funny.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about making an impact. And I said to you specifically, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. we were talking.
I know we were talking about stand-up, but he was just saying in general about bits and
oh no,
executing
bits. I know he can do bits.
That's not what you said.
I never said anything about sketches.
No, but it still would be a sketch. A bit is a bit. A bit is a joke. Whatever that looks like.
Stand-up's different, though.
But it's still a bit. A stand-up is 100% a bit. Those are bits. They just happen to be, for most comedians, they're real life events that happen that obviously are humorous for us.
I don't know if I call sketches bits though.
Kinda.
Is it a bit?
Kinda. Kinda. Nevertheless,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I know you can. I know you're trying to fight this. But this is clear. All I'm saying is, can you just give me my flowers and say, yo, you were right. Eddie still got it.
No, because we were talking about stand-up.
What?
We were talking about stand-up. Can he come back to stand up and be a king or be the king?
I just want to say something. The fact that we were watching Jimmy Fallon. The fact that he told a bunch of stories with no real punchlines, no real comedic anything there, and the whole crowd erupted over him telling a story about losing a hubcap.
You know what?
Something.
You know what is there at those shows? A sign that blinks and
that says
laugh.
applause. I got it. Yeah, I don't think they're doing that for Eddie fans.
It wasn't that funny.
Relax.
Charlie Murphy's Prince stories were way better.
That's Eddie Murphy's brother, who is. Come on.
What?
I mean, he's the one that Charlie has gone on record and saying he got a lot of his game from Eddie.
Oh, of course.
So, I mean,
but I'm not going to.
Are we not going to?
No. All I'm saying is I'm not going to go crazy over a Prince story like I never heard one and a better one.
Well, no. First off, you're disrespectful. Yeah, because he doesn't even like Prince though. That's my issue. I can't talk to you. You're disrespectful.
I respect him as a legend.
Do you?
I just haven't been touched by the music.
I don't think so.
You have. You just don't know it.
Listen.
You have. You just don't know it, man.
Well, I think it was good. It went over well.
Don't be disrespectful.
I liked the continuity of the sketches. I liked how they incorporated a bunch of old things. Like we talked about, half of the stuff I didn't see. I only saw like 2 bits. But the first bit, what was the name of the first bit? Mr. Robertson. I could see the rust there.
That was hilarious.
It was hilarious, but I could see the rust. I could see a little bit of the rust. Him delivering certain lines. You could see him kind of hesitating a tad bit. But I thought he looked good. I thought he was back in character. Even the hand gestures, like it was classic Eddie Murphy for me.
So when we say rust, we're talking about live performance rust.
Yeah.
Because Dolomite, he was incredible.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dolomite, but everyone keeps saying that. I know everyone keeps saying that. Everyone keeps saying that he kills that role. So I'm gonna go see it.
But
murdered it.
Eddie's a fantastic actor.
Of course. I don't think he's one of the people that it's like us. Like the moment you flip on the switch, it just automatically, instinctively happens. He's one of those people.
Yeah.
So I'm more so now eager to see it more than anything else, just out of the simple fact that it's Eddie.
Yeah, no.
Like that was like a tease, seeing those little things. I'm gonna go home and watch the entire thing tonight just because I didn't get to see the whole thing. So I'm
watch Dolomite first.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out.
I think it's a better watch.
I'm gonna check out Dolomite.
Then the SNL skits.
Yeah, I know.
No, his opening monologue was funny.
It was cool.
It was funny. He brought out Chappelle. He brought out Chris Rock, Tracy Morgan.
Classic.
But then it also seemed like that was cheat code, kind of.
How?
Hold on, wait.
A little bit of a cheat code.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
A
Don't
little
do
bit of
that.
a
Don't
cheat
do
code.
that. Are you telling me that
Dave Chappelle's monologue won an Emmy?
I just want to try to give the fans and supporters some context to maybe what your twisted brain is thinking. Are you telling me that Eddie Murphy got on stage and needed to pull people on stage for him to make that a moment? Is that what you're saying right now? Because it sounds like that's what you're saying, and I'm hoping that you're not saying that.
Wilson, are you saying he stacked the deck?
Look, being
now, hold on. I just want to also say that you're going to stand on this ledge by yourself if that's what you're going with.
I'm on the edge, baby.
Don't call me baby. Don't call me baby. Just go ahead. Let's go.
You don't think that was a little bit of a cheat code?
No.
He came out, he did a good Cosby joint, killed it, crushed.
I didn't see it, but everyone keeps talking
But he
about
also
it so
he
bad.
kind of hit Cosby before, so it was like even that was a little bit. We seen this.
Well, no, you got to know the personal history between him and Cosby.
Him and Cosby has had
Oh, I
beef
know.
for years.
I know.
Cosby has never fucked with him.
I know. You don't think that him bringing out Tracy Morgan, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and Kenan Thompson was a little bit of a cheat code.
He influenced everyone.
They all pay homage. I don't think that I don't even think he asked them. I think they showed up on the stage like, "Yo, we here with you."
What I'm saying is, people get judgmental when it comes to those SNL monologues, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You do that move, you can't even criticize it now.
But even if you take them off that stage, I don't think you can criticize the performances at all. That's my point.
What I'm saying, that monologue was 75% of his. Them being on stage was about 75% of his monologue.
Yeah, but even still with
Cheat
that being a
code.
part
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, you are
That's it.
disrespectful to Eddie, to Prince, to all of the greats.
I love Eddie.
No, you don't.
I respect all the greats.
No, you don't even respect yourself.
This is the Wilson.
That is hard on him.
Yeah, like
This is the Wilson love show.
Yeah, like yo, you don't love anyone.
No, I'm hard on them. I'm hard on myself. That's what makes greatness. Steel forges steel.
Hold on? Is that like one of those things where you ball your fist up to show that you mean it? Like
I got passionate.
You got passionate
We're
about
talking
it.
about how Dave Chappelle is one of the go-to. He's smoking indoors. For everybody who's not from New York, like you cannot do that at all anymore.
The fact that he let a blunt on stage. And
No,
like,
it was a cigarette. It was a cigarette.
Well, in my story, it was a blunt. It's way cooler if it's a blunt. And I could see him doing it if it was a blunt. But the fact that he just did it on stage and at SNL, knowing that you can't do it, he's like, yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, what can you tell Dave Chappelle?
Nothing.
Nothing. You
and he
can't
said,
tell him
you
anything.
can't smoke indoors. I know.
He said, I know. He can do what he wants. He could pay that fine 10 times over. So,
Might have been the best part of that monologue.
all right, you're disrespectful.
I know.
Let's move on to more pressing matters. So, as the world may know, Trump officially has been or gone through the impeachment process. So, I think it was important for us to kind of go over this and also break down why this is important, how this affects us, and where they are in the process.
Well, Nas is crushed.
Well, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yo,
let's talk
fam.
about that. As soon as I saw the second article, I wanted to call you.
Why
Nas
I didn't
is
vote for
distraught.
him? I did not vote
it's,
for him.
It's okay. You're in a safe place.
Bring back the
We're
shades
all
today, hide the
friends.
tears.
Whatever your political views are, we support you, my brother. There's no need for that.
I don't hide my politics.
You kind of do.
I'm an independent. I've said that numerous times. Registered independent.
Yo, is independent the black man's excuse for Republican?
Yeah, 100%.
Or is
Nas
that
just won't say it. Nas is a Republican. I've known this for quite some time. He just won't admit it to me. I don't know why. How are you feeling?
I'm independent, so you don't know what he's doing.
Like
in the
you don't
booth.
know what it is.
You don't know what he's
I
doing in
don't
the booth.
declare. He's one of those guys. So how do you?
Brandon,
I-
a little privacy here.
You're independent. Who's running for the independents? I knew it. Republican.
Listen. I want to know how you
But
feel.
we're not voting yet. Hold on. The vote is next year at 2020.
Yeah, but somebody's
you even
running.
know the vote. I
There's
don't even
somebody
know.
out there running.
Yeah, you don't even know.
But the independents really cipher votes from both parties. So,
Yeah.
no, independent will never win this country. Let's just be
What does
honest.
he normally say? Backpedaling,
Backpedaling.
like a DB
Yeah.
or.
NFL quarterback, all pro.
So let's get into it. So for those that don't know, again, with Trump being going through the impeachment process, it pretty much goes like this. The first thing that happens is the House of Representatives, they then decide on the articles of impeachment. One was obstruction of justice. The other one was, I think it was like force of power or
No collusion.
Yeah, or collusion, something like whatever
No
the case may be. But typically what happens is they pass those articles. If the articles don't pass and there is no impeachment trial or process, and then that's pretty much what happens. But because, again, both of those articles were met and approved, it now goes on to the Senate and the House. That they will then decide on whether they will move forward with those articles and or impeach him. Now, that could either be them actually charging him and trying to move him out of office, which, if I'm being completely transparent, that's not happening.
Nope.
That's not happening. Let's just even I know that there are some viewers out there that think that the president right now is impeached and that he's going to be removed from the office. That is not how this works. This is a whole nother ball game now. You still have to go through the process. So now going through the process, they'll then, obviously go through those articles and see if they can get that approved. If that is approved, that is when you may see him removed from office. Now, like I'm saying, he's not going to be removed from office. I'm fully aware that they wanted to put him in the history books with Reagan and Clinton.
Reagan?
I mean, not Reagan.
No, you talking about Nixon.
Nixon, sorry.
But Nixon resigned before he got...
Correct, but that's what most presidents do, right?
Well, no, because there's only been 3 presidents that got impeached.
But when you start, even Clinton, right? When you started to go through that process, Clinton was like, I'm not stepping down. There's most presidents won't do that.
Yeah.
I never even thought that Trump would do it. The moment that the impeachment proceedings started, and even when there was rumors of impeachment, I was certain that he wasn't going to step down or do anything. He made that very clear. He wasn't going anywhere or doing anything. So my thing is I guess with this stain or this mark on him from a presidential standpoint, do you think that this is really going to change anything outside of his legacy? Because now he goes up in the rafters as one of 3 presidents to be.
How many more skids or stains can this man get? He's a skid mark.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you called the president a skid mark. That's hilarious.
In the American draws, he can't get any. He can't look any more dirty or anything like that. So,
well, I mean, this doesn't look good for him. Like,
definitely doesn't look good. But I think that he's just gonna snowball it into his
exit strategy?
Nah, it's propaganda
He's not
for the next
going
election.
anywhere. You do know that,
Well,
right?
no, I know he's not going anywhere, but the thing that I'm still kind of fuzzy with is I don't know that he's going to be reelected.
100% he is.
That's what I'm not certain of.
100%.
That's what I'm not certain of.
The Democrats just gave him the election.
Because that would be history in itself. You going through an impeachment proceedings and then still getting reelected in the following year.
Well, I mean, look at everything that he's already done and all the people that still stick with him. I don't.
Yeah,
think,
but do you think
this
this
is
still?
gonna change anything?
Yeah, but do you think that
I think a lot of his supporters don't even know what impeachment is.
that's very true. But even
that's not an insult to them.
Some of the people that
lot of
passed
people
the
don't know what that
bills, they've turned on him. They're not aligned with him. So I'm just saying, do you think that you'll start to see more of that happening, where people start to pull away from him now because these proceedings are really happening and they're starting to pull in real people that are connected with him and like, all right, well, no, we're trying to figure this out. And if you're a part of it, then yeah, you got to go too.
Who are the Democrats going to put up against them?
That's my only thing. I don't know. I don't know who would be a good.
I don't know.
Bernie already had a heart attack, right?
I never, if I'm keeping it a buck, I never looked at Bernie winning just because of his age. And I know that that's horrible to say, but you got to look at what the presidency does to man, and man being man or woman. That could be down from the president to the first lady.
Well, I mean,
like,
Bernie talks too real. I don't think the powers that be would ever allow him to.
Well, that I didn't even get there.
He talks socialism. Right?
Yeah, I didn't get there. Same thing with Joe Biden. I think if Joe Biden didn't have the hiccups with all of those,
it's his age showing.
But that's his age. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like being a president is somewhat of a young man's game in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can only be so young running for president.
35 is the youngest.
Yeah, you gotta wait for 35. But I don't. Has a 35-year-old ever ran?
No, I think the youngest up until Obama was Kennedy. He was the youngest up until
How old was
Obama.
Kennedy?
Yeah.
I think he was maybe 40, 41, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I could be wrong, but I know.
But
no, hold on. Let me see, because Obama was what 40.
Yeah, look it up.
I mean,
don't
to
get this
answer
wrong.
your question though, I don't think this is gonna change anything for his supporters. With everything else, Stormy Daniels,
Okay.
grab him by the PY.
Okay, he said that before. Have you seen some of these Republican supporters who said he said that prior to being elected? Stormy Daniels. Okay.
That came out while
How
he
many
was-
presidents have had concubines and mistresses? Every one of them. Every one of them.
That there was
Well-
proof of him paying them off.
Well, that's business. That's business. That's why even though
You mad 'cause he paid them off?
That's what I'm saying. Even though Clinton,
I'm not mad. All I'm saying is that I don't think his support. I don't think that his supporters waver.
They don't.
They're not. That's your core. They're not supposed to waver. That's your core is going to stick with you. But I'm saying the people that were on the fence, the people that normally looked at the black and white, I think they see the gray with this impeachment. They see that for this to happen. And the other thing that I'm noticing is what like news outlets are doing, right? Like, have you guys been watching what news outlets doing? They're putting a heavy emphasis on why this is so important, why this is so groundbreaking, why this has never happened before, just because they never even saw it getting there. A lot of the people.
Well, what is Fox News saying?
I don't even watch Fox.
That's what I want to know.
I watch CNN.
Because now Fox News is saying that type of stuff. Then maybe, it really holds some weight because they're always on his side.
No,
You know
they're
what
not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Stations like CNN, always against.
Yeah, but every station is biased.
Yeah, every station.
MSNBC, CNN, they're all biased. They lean one way or the other.
I understand that, but if any station is going to stick by him no matter what, it's Fox.
I'm not rolling.
Yeah, I mean, it is a Republican.
It is. But even then, they have their hiccups at times.
Sometimes
Where they get
very
at 'em.
small hiccups, and you know what I'm saying.
So
grab her by the joint. Oh, that's locker room talk.
So for you, well, yeah. So for y'all are saying that nothing for you guys changes. Like you guys think he just went through the impeachment proceedings. He won't be impeached.
No.
And y'all still feel like, well, at the end of the day, he's just still gonna coast and still get reelected.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to get reelected.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
Democrats
gonna.
have nobody to put up against him.
I don't think that this is going to stop him from getting reelected. Because if we're being real about it, the man has charisma.
A ton.
He stands up in front of those
And
crowds at those rallies, and he goes ham.
JFK was elected at 43.
Yeah, but the difference is charisma normally goes over in a room full of everyone. Charisma is charisma. You know it. It's like the glow when fucking Leroy walked into and was fighting, showing up, and he could see his glow. It's similar to that.
He has that for Republicans.
Correct, for Republicans, but like for
No collusion.
Yeah, but like when you think about Obama, not to put him up against Obama, or like let's say Bill, because they're kind of in the same situation now with the whole impeachment thing. Bill still had that charisma where he can talk to both audiences. Trump can't talk to both audiences. He cannot. They don't want to hear him. Yeah. One side is very, very clear on their stance on him and what he is. At least with Bill, they could see two sides of the coin.
I don't know, when he was talking prison reform, I was in the audience for that.
For what?
Prison reform.
For who?
When Trump talks about prison reform.
You in the audience for that? You were there?
You were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh,
can you prove otherwise?
But listen, man.
But all I'm saying is, that's going to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Here's the situation, and the way I look at it.
Now I don't support Trump.
Nah.
Just gotta put that out there. I can already see the comments going crazy.
They're going to.
So the president is accused of going to a foreign government to get dirt on a possible political candidate in Hillary, right?
Isn't that treasonous?
The Democrats went to England to find out dirt about the sitting president to get him on collusion charges. Mm-hmm. Do you see how hypocritical that is?
It is hypocritical.
So,
but that's my point. I think
not really though. That's
no.
investigation.
Yeah, but that's kind of hypocritical. It is.
You went to a foreign country.
Yeah,
Well, because if somebody is already going to foreign countries and committing treason, where else are you going to get the answers from?
Yeah, but you're not.
You got to go to another country.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to go and then work with them. It's the same thing.
You're working
it's the
against
same
your
thing.
own country.
Yeah, it's the same
Well, if the president of the United States is working against our country,
It was proven that he didn't.
Well, you can't say that. It wasn't proven that it didn't
what are you
because they
talking
wouldn't have passed those articles.
There's no collusion.
It doesn't matter. They passed those articles for a reason.
For what?
We don't know.
For what?
Well, that was my
Well,
next
wasn't
question.
collusion?
If we talking on the surface right now, do you think that these impeachment proceedings should have even happened?
This is a case of people crying because they lost. This is, I don't want him to be my president. I didn't want him.
You definitely voted for him.
I didn't, but I didn't want him.
I can see it. I can see it.
He's not fair.
I can see it.
It's not fair that he's the president. I want him gone. And then you gave him the election for 2020.
he is right
him,
though.
You handed him the election instead of doing research and putting up a viable candidate against him. He's not my president. Shut up. Shall I call you a wambulance? Who you crying about?
Nice.
Now, when he wins in 2020, what are you gonna say? Everybody who said, "Oh, I'm leaving the country if he's elected president," where are you gonna go?
First off, no one's going.
Don't spout that.
Yeah, no one.
Nobody said that. They didn't say that.
Not enough people seriously.
They didn't say that?
Nobody seriously
Nobody's
said that.
seriously leaving. Nobody's leaving.
Fam, that
You're
was
not going
all,
to Canada. They're not going to accept
I'm leaving. I'm leaving this country. It's going to shit. What? Where you gonna go, bro?
So here's my thing. Let's. All right, I see.
You don't even own a passport.
I see what you're saying, right? Atlanta. You're stupid. I see what you're saying, right? But let's look at it from a different lens, right? If we go and say, yo, this is okay, right? He didn't do anything wrong. What type of message does that send?
It's not okay. The way he doesn't speak with the presidential vernacular that we would like, right?
Of course.
He doesn't carry himself like a presidential candidate, like, because the standard, to be honest with you, was Kennedy.
Yeah.
That was the standard. Then it was Barack. Then for me, it's Barack Obama. That's the standard
I agree.
in which we go by. So he doesn't say that. He uses colloquialisms to speak at his rallies. So people are angry about that. But you can't circumvent the process because you undermine our democracy.
Yeah.
Because you don't like something, so I'm going to force him out. So when the other person is elected, now you open up Pandora's box, because when my person is elected and the other side doesn't want him, they're going to find any and everything to get him out.
Yeah.
That's a situation that America can't win in.
Yeah.
We can't do that as a country. If you don't like him, go to the booth and vote him out.
But this is the other thing too. I really look at this like one big episode of like 24 or like any of those government shows where there's some sort of government cover up that's happening where they won't give us all of the information. I don't think we'll ever know what happened as to why. I think they moved forward with the impeachment proceedings because they had enough evidence. I don't think we'll ever know.
There's witnesses. Isn't there like a transcript or something?
There's transcripts and everything. But even that, a lot of that stuff will be redacted. I'm sure a lot of that stuff will be for privacy purposes. It's not going to ever be released to the general public. So it's but I stand on the fact that they clearly moved forward for something. Something in those transcripts let them know, oh no, this is crazy. And the fact that both of those articles got approved. Like, see, when Bill went through this process, he went through the same proceeding. He just didn't get those articles. The articles weren't approved.
Yeah.
This is now going to another step. He's taking it a step further past Bill.
I mean,
those articles got approved. This is
bad, man.
I mean,
bad.
it's a lot to kind of wrap your mind around, but I just feel like something has to happen.
We're living through history. I think that's lost on a lot of people.
Well, that's my thing. That's why I want to talk about it. Like, when you think about it, like, this is we've lived through two historic events like that.
Yeah,
we wasn't old enough for the first president, but we were there for Bill, and we're now clearly here for Trump.
When you think about it, that's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
Even as they were
only been
breaking,
3 in history.
even as it was breaking down. But that's why it's important. Even though as like all of these reporters were breaking all of this stuff down, they all said the exact same thing. Yo, this is when you go through impeachment proceedings. This is like almost like they have no other resort. This is the last resort. They don't even go with this resort. That's why there's only been 3 presidents out of how many? They'd only 40
that got impeached. Yeah.
But that speaks volumes. They're like, yo, we had no other choice, which is my point. Why go through that? They had to have gone through that for a reason. And that's what I'm trying to bring to you. I agree with you. I think if I'm keeping it all the way a buck, yes, they set him up for 2020. I do believe that. Do I think he's going to be impeached? No. Do I think it's a permanent stain on his presidency and what he's contributed to this government or lack thereof? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. And I think that if nothing else, for the people that, tried to get him impeached or trying to get him impeached now, that was the point of it, right? They wanted that stain to be there. No matter what, hey, fam, you went through impeachment. And both your articles were approved. That is a permanent blemish on your record.
I don't think that's going to stop him, though, for 2020.
No, it's not.
I don't. The Dems are trying to get him out of office, but Man, they just been so petty, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They've been so petty ever since he won. Like, I can't even watch CNN because everything, like, all they want to do is just crack a snarky joke
Yeah.
about him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Which is like,
yeah, it's certain times where I just want.
I don't know if I'm
I want
watching
the
CNN or Comedy Central.
Yeah, it's certain times where I just literally want to watch the news. Like, tell me what's happening in the world. Even though what you're telling me that's happening in the world, I know that it's programmed. I know that it's controlled and chopped up to make it look decent enough for American civilians to see it. I get it, but I agree with you. There's times where I just want to know what's happening with the election. I just want to know what is happening with the impeachment proceedings and where we are. I don't want y'all to take 15 minutes out of your time doing your segments just to crack jokes at his face or crack jokes at Pelosi having to yell at people for quieting down because they erupted because they couldn't believe that the second article passed. Like, I don't care about that. Where are we at from a nation? What are we talking about, and how does this affect us? That's where I'm at.
Nation's in a
like,
terrible spot, man.
Yeah.
CNN, we get
It's
it.
confusion.
It's unusual.
It's confusion at its finest.
It's an unusual presidency.
And I don't know if a part of me almost feels like news and media outlets are in on it to confuse us, to keep us confused.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I almost feel like it's one big rat wheel where we're programmed to think certain things and we're spoon-fed bits and pieces of information, but you're never given the whole trinket.
Well, you gotta think about it. We live in a country where we only vote for two parties, and it's like each party has their good points and their bad points.
Yeah.
Why is there no third option that runs against them?
And Wilson,
the
there's no rule that says it can't be a third option.
It's just
everybody is programmed to either or.
Well, it's not that they're programmed to either or. I think that only two parties can run in the end, right?
Yeah.
No. When you look at your presidential ballot, there are several parties that are there.
Yeah, but only two parties are getting like all the money.
That's the issue. That's the issue that's the issue with lobbyists.
Yeah.
When I'm giving Wilson money, I'm like, yo, fam, don't even mention this other dude. Don't even shine a light on what this other person is saying.
Yeah.
That's an issue. When CNN and MSNBC, all you doing is shine a light on the Dems. Like, I'm not stupid. I know the Dixiecrats were Democrats. Mm-hmm. The Dixiecrats were back in the 60s. It said segregation now, segregation forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not stupid when you try to play me like that. Mm-hmm. So you only got two parties, and then one is throwing the okie doke. The other one doesn't really care about my people and my issues. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, I don't think either one care.
Yeah.
One wants me hooked on government assistance for the rest of my life.
And the other one doesn't want to support it.
Exactly. It's like,
but
nobody gave him any shine, right?
Nobody gave him any shine.
He said that the rent is too damn high party. But nobody.
Hold on. There was really the rent is too damn high political party?
Hold on, let me.
That will be the first time I vote.
Yeah, Kyle's right. It was a joke, but that is a real thing. Like,
it's true. He's from New York, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Because the rent is too damn high here.
Yeah,
that's exactly how he used to say it.
Yeah, New Jersey folks, they get it. Like, once he was talking about,
Jimmy McMillan.
Yeah.
Jimmy McMillan.
What's his name? Jimmy McMillan?
Yeah. He came out, he said, yo, the rent is too damn high. But he was telling the truth.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth that you can't survive in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
At all.
It's ridiculous that a New Yorker has to make $220,000 to survive just okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I don't know about all that. What is that, with like a family of 6?
No, it's a family of 4.
For 4. Yeah, it's like
with 200,000?
Yeah.
You should be okay.
No.
You should be all right.
With a family of 4 living in New York?
Depending on where you're living, you should be okay. 200 and something thousand a year?
Fam, no.
Do you understand that some people in New York are paying taxes? They're paying $15,000, $20,000 a year in taxes.
Yeah, and that's not talking about student loans if you have them, debt, healthcare, incidentals. Not even mentioning just kids being kids, things happening. You know what I'm saying?
Kids grow. You buy clothes.
Yeah.
So you want me to worry about this dude talking nasty on the bus? But fam, are you bringing my rent down?
Yeah.
Are you telling me I'm getting paid more? Are you saying like, yo, we're gonna help you out with medical bills?
But that's not. But see, that's the thing. Like, and we get lost in that, right? Like we all sat here, right, and was like, yo, the dude that was talking about the rent, like that's where we need to be at.
Jimmy McMillan.
You know what I'm saying? But then you think about it. people like Jimmy, they aren't set up for success in presidential runs
at all.
You get what I'm saying? Like they don't have the financial fortitude to fight these battles. They don't have the means to do it. At the end of the day, this is about means, and that's why I stand firm in saying the more I just pay attention to the news and just what's happening, I'm more inclined to start thinking that he has a shot at winning next year. He has a shot. He damn sure does not have a shot being removed from office. Get that out your heads. But I guess moving on. So there was a story that came out about a young girl, a 16-year-old girl that was kidnapped. I think it was in the Bronx.
Yeah,
it was in the Bronx, right?
So it was the Bronx.
It's usually where it happens.
It was literally a late night. Some camera footage that came out where the young girl was walking with her mom, where two assailants pretty much jumped out of a vehicle and assaulted the mom and pulled the young girl into a car and kidnapped her.
Yep.
It was later discovered that the young girl set up this entire thing.
Got her mom violated.
Got her mom violated. Yo, you know what kind of a scumbag you got to be to get your mom's duffed in the face?
Wait, they duffed her?
Yeah,
like
she put that order.
They pushed her,
nah, she put that order, and she was like, "Make sure you snuff her."
Well, hold on. Well, I have some theories.
She's watching Juicy Smollett.
Well, number one, I look at it like,
what if her mom's a jerk?
Listen,
this never gets considered.
Let me be clear.
That's your mom.
I went there though. I went there. I thought about it. Like the first thing I thought was, yeah, this little girl is crazy, clearly, right? But listen, I'm saying how it's viewed, not saying how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You automatically look at her like this little girl is crazy. But is she really crazy? And the only reason I say that is because why would she do that?
She said her mom was overprotective.
Yeah, why would you do that, number one? Why would you get people to touch your mom like that? Like what? You get what I'm saying?
What did she say to these people to amp them up?
That would be the other thing.
To be like,
you know what?
Yeah, let's do this.
Like, can you imagine?
Let's do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine me coming to y'all like, yo, check this out. Wait, let me get my serious face. Hey, yo, check this out.
Oh, yeah, we the bathroom.
We're in the bathroom. Yo, check this out. Yo, my mom's just tripping.
All right, killer.
I need y'all to put a duffel bag over my face and bring me into the car. My mom's will be there. Mm-hmm. Y'all know how to handle that.
Yo,
think about that. Think that's a wild story.
You know what regular knows what to do with that.
Yeah.
Regular Nas.
So I thought about that. I thought about maybe the girl was doing this just because of the simple fact that she either needed some attention or something could be going wrong in that household, right? Like maybe there are things going on there where it's like, all right, like, but the girl was being treated a certain way. I don't know. But
she had no plan.
She didn't. But think about it. For you to devise a plan like that, something's not really.
Didn't they say that she wanted to be with her 23-year-old boyfriend?
Yeah.
And her mom's about to send her back to her daughters?
Yeah.
Nah, that's rough. But you know what's funny? Yo, when I was at work, when I got the Amber Alert, I was at my desk. I was like, everybody's phone in the office is going off. Yeah. With that annoying buzz.
Because everybody has Verizon.
Yeah. So I'm sitting over here. I'm like, when did the kidnapper get this as well? So I'm like, what's to stop the kidnapper from being like, oh shit? And then just if I was a kidnapper, I would just phone it in.
Let me tell you something.
Kid, what's your name? Billy. Hi, this is young Billy, and I'm fine.
So I'm
great.
So I'm sitting here, right? Just because, again, I watch all of these shows like conspiracy, and that's the first thing. Like I think about, like if I am a kidnapper, I got the Amber Alert. All right, I know y'all looking for her. That's number one. Number two,
you're not even gonna catch me lacking now.
Yeah, like I'm paying attention to the news. I know you guys are probably feeding me things through the news to trick me and stump me. Oh, we're not looking for that little girl anymore, even though I know you're looking for her. Like.
Yeah. And you know a kidnapper has Metro.
Yeah.
So for him to even get the Amber Alert, that was from God.
Yeah,
the fact that he had service.
100%.
In that moment.
The fact that he had that.
All kidnappers have Metro, PCS.
Do you understand that her man got that text message with his homeboys and was like, he probably had glasses and didn't want it either.
Yeah.
We gotta take this bitch back.
Yeah. That's what happened. He looked at that phone like, oh wait, and You know what was
That's
probably
the first thing they need to do.
Yeah, but what was
Just
probably
casting that
happening
over.
is that little 16-year-old girl, that 23-year-old dude was probably sitting at the table eating a cup of noodles, and all of their phones was on the table, and all of their phones went off. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, then got real. they are here. It got real.
Yo, if you want to catch a predator or like a kidnapper, you just cast a net by everybody that's bought a cup of noodles within the past week.
Man.
Has Sprint,
It's
Metro PCS.
It's the hostage care package, dog. Crackers, cup of noodles, you good.
Yeah,
You
chill,
good.
bitch. Yo, you got to go back, Carol.
Yo.
What you mean, fam?
But I wonder.
Everybody's looking.
But that was my other thing.
What
I
kids
wonder.
you know named Carol nowadays?
Yeah,
That's an old name.
Yeah, that's an old-ass name right
You
there.
think she was mad? You think the girl was mad just about her name? Like, why would you? Need
That was her name?
I don't know.
Carol Sanchez.
Carol Sanchez. But I'm saying, do you think maybe she just got mad at the
She's
name?
from another
Like, you name
country,
me
though.
Carol.
Carol sound like she got mad bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got mad.
I think about Carol from The Walking Dead.
But I wonder what that conversation was like going home. Like when you got to sit down at the table. I'm like, yo, so why did you do this? Like, what do you say as the person that devised the plan? Like, yo, I tried to tell you I wanted to go chill with Greg, but you wasn't feeling me, so here.
How old were the dudes that kidnapped her? Kidnapped?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They didn't say.
I know they just said her boyfriend was 23.
Yeah, the
so I'm
boyfriend's
assuming
23.
it's his friend.
That's rape.
Yeah.
Because she's what, 16?
16.
Yeah, in New York, you got to be 17.
17.
That's statutory rape.
I wonder why. Do you think they're gonna pursue him?
And mom might. 'Cause
Hopefully.
She doesn't have to say anything. Carol doesn't have to say anything. The mom can say, I want to press
Hopefully
charges.
they pursue him.
But wouldn't the state pursue him just because of the age gap?
He's a child predator.
I mean,
Well, it's from the city, man. I hate to say it, but
What does that mean?
yeah, I want to know what that means.
Are you saying city girls grow up faster or?
Or are you saying it's more likely for that relationship to happen in the city?
it's more likely for that relationships like that to happen in certain neighborhoods.
That's
all.
That's a sick thing.
I'm just saying. When I was in middle school, I knew
Okay.
a girl in middle school who was dating a dude that was like 19, 20.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, that's,
But I mean, I think
I saw a situation
So I
like
don't
that.
know what's crazier: the young girl devising the plan to go be with this older gentleman, the 23-year-old, or is it crazy that the 23-year-old let this happen?
yeah, he's not.
And you know, like that's where my mind thinks. Like the whole time I was thinking about this, I'm looking at it like, yo, all right, sure, this is a wild story, and this is a 16-year-old girl that did some 16-year-old dumb shit. You have to keep that in your mind. Everyone,
Yeah.
I was talking about that on my Instagram.
Wait, whose mind state are you thinking from right now?
From
Carol's.
From Carol.
Okay.
She's a sick. Like, think about it. I thought about like.
Well, she's
as-
not 6. She's 16.
No, I said 16. But what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying is, right?
She's
she's
immature.
Yeah, it's immaturity. Like I could name a number
Well,
of dumb things that I did when I was young.
You
at
ain't, never,
16.
you ain't never get your mom to have a right
But
hook.
there's
Well, you gotta remember
levels.
your frontal lobe isn't developed.
Come on, man, stop with all that.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Stop.
It's a
with all
fact.
that, man.
Are you the same person that you were
100%
at 16?
No,
Well,
no.
Think about the stuff. Well,
I mean,
some things.
yeah,
There's a couple.
he's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anomalies there. There's anomalies there.
But think about what you would have done at 16 in comparison to now.
If I was living now at 16, like 2019, 16-year-old.
So this is what I did. Let me.
I'm talking
let me-
about
let-
you at 16.
No. So check this out. This is what
Think
I did.
about the stuff that you did in your 20s. You wouldn't even do that
but
today.
even scratch that. Think about you being 16 with the technology that we have today.
Oh, it would have been over.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it would've
Like
been
the constant.
Let me tell you, there would be
need-
no grassroots.
Yeah, the constant need to do something. You get what I'm saying? To draw attention to yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Well, fam, why would you? Like, I get it. There's some bad mothers out there. I completely understand that, but to get your moms violated like that,
Yeah, that I don't
like
understand.
I'm lost when it comes to this.
I asked, what did the mom do?
These post millennials.
That's all I want to know. What drove you to do that?
She was
I want to know.
overprotective?
And I want to know if Carol's still alive, because if that were my parents and I got my parents' stuff, I don't know that I would be here recording today. Like,
Word.
I come from that household of, oh, you acting up? All right, you keep on. I'm gonna tell you one more time, and then you gonna get punched in the
Yeah,
face.
Brother Darkness would have definitely.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
You
Like
would work me,
something
and then kick
something
me
had
out.
to have happened for her to do that. And I'm not dismissing it or making an excuse for the girl. I'm just saying there's two sides to this story. Be it one, that girl came up with a plan to get her mom punched in the face,
Well,
and
maybe
two,
the mom-
the fact that the 23-year-old boyfriend let this rock for however many days, and then decided after the Amber Alert, like, it's hot. We need to
Well,
return.
he's already
you.
getting years. You caught yourself a couple of years
Yeah.
off of Carol Sanchez with the Frederick Douglass haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
You already messed up in the game, bro.
Yeah.
You already messed up.
But-
She's going back to Honduras. Now it's a definite one-way ticket back. And in Honduras, who knows what her grandmother and uncles are
Well,
gonna do
that's
to
what
her.
I'm saying. You think they're gonna like?
Oh, they're whack. They're gonna beat the brakes off of her.
But that's what I'm saying. It's rough over there.
You thought your mom was overprotective.
They're
now.
probably gonna stone her over there.
Woo.
Listen,
I can't imagine, boy. That ass whooping coming.
it's-
That's rough, Q. That's rough, bro.
It is rough.
That Honduras is like, yo, yeah, beat her, man. You got your mom's duffed out.
What's the craziest thing y'all did at that age? Like, if you could think
At
off
what,
the top of
16?
your head at 16, what is the craziest thing you've done that you can say?
I didn't really do nothing crazy, man. I was playing football.
Yeah.
I was a supreme athlete.
So you're
Oh, I
lying.
want-
So you're
I want-
lying.
I wouldn't
right
say
now. You're-
supreme.
You're lying. You're a supreme athlete. Supreme.
I was a linebacker for a little bit.
What, Pee Wee?
If that's what
You
mean.
played Pop Warner or
played Pop
something?
Warner?
Who?
You.
I played up to varsity.
You were on the Little Giants. I
Nah,
know.
man.
You were on the
Strong
Little
safety,
Giants.
man.
I know.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
At 16, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was scared of my pops, man.
All right.
My pops was short, angry. He's just short and angry, just mad at the world, man.
Your pops wasn't that short.
He's like, yeah, height.
Shit.
Oh, I'm so mad right now.
He might have been a little taller.
Yeah, your pops is taller than me. I met him one time.
Yeah, but he was always.
Yeah, I think he's taller than you.
Yeah, you're
No, he
so
wasn't.
mad. Look,
He
now
wasn't.
you've triggered him.
Yeah,
for
I'm
some
tight
height.
now.
His face is mad red.
Yeah, I want
all over
schematics
the
on
height.
how tall your
All
pops is
over
right
the
now.
height. Look, his face is mad red.
Nah, yeah, I was always scared of him, man. Like, and I didn't want to go out there in them streets because he told me, he's like, yo, you could always get the hell out. And he didn't say it like that.
The dumbest thing I think I did when I was a kid, there used to be this like plant that used to grow in the back of my parents' house
Tried
or
to
whatever.
smoke it?
Yeah, I tried to smoke it. My dumb ass.
out there smoking poison ivy.
Yeah, I can't remember what even made me do it.
You told us this joint.
Yeah, I don't
When you
remember what it
rolled
was.
up,
Yeah, I rolled it up the whole nine. I was literally like the window was like right here,
And you got beat.
and I was like perched down.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I just lit it. I started coughing like crazy. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't grow up with any males in the crib. I was the alpha male for a long time.
The alpha.
I was
male.
always the alpha male. Like, couldn't nobody in the house beat me up. Not without some consequences.
Not without consequences. Man, I used to just do dumb stuff.
But that's
Skip
my
school-
point.
skip
At
school,
16,
invite
no
girls over.
one in this building right now could tell me they didn't do something stupid at 16. Now, mind you, again,
But I never got my mother duffed.
I never got my mom's punch in the face. But I'm saying
Yeah,
there's
that's crazy.
levels. There's levels to it. Is all I'm saying. So, but I guess moving on. Cam Purple Haze 2 finally came out.
Killer.
He restored the faith in me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, if you over 30 and you from New York,
faith in you. It's
you
your
are
faith.
amp right now.
He restored the faith. I went on a big binge about Cam for quite some time, showing my dismay at just his lack of producing music.
Time out. His last album was pretty good. It's just that the mix wasn't. on par. The mix was really bad.
That's a problem for me. I'm a mix guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I look at Cam, like Cam is up there for me as one of the people that, like, yo, Cam gets busy.
Yeah.
And so
I think this might be his best album. Pound for pound.
I don't know yet.
He didn't take no bars off.
Come home with me. Purple Haze 1.
He didn't take no bars off though.
Well, no, the bars were dope. I liked it. Just sounded like Cam for me. Like, it sounded like authentic Cam talking. He wasn't even really rapping about anything when you think about it, but he was rapping about
he was
something.
spitting facts.
Yeah, like
Can I throw out the C word?
what? What's the C word?
Classic. I think this album's a classic.
Yo, you say that about every project.
I think this album's a classic.
I'm a big Cam fan. I don't know if it's a classic.
I'm a huge Cam fan.
I think this album's a classic.
That
All right,
first
who do you
one
think has
was-
a better project though, Cam or Jim? Last project.
I was also going to
released.
say, I think that Jim's project being so good amped Cam up
Well-
to do some of his best work.
So this is what I'm getting at, right? So as I'm listening to Cam shit, which I really, really love, I then hear the Jones feature. And you know how before it used to be where Cam would release records, Jim would be on it, but I didn't feel like it did it just. Or let me put that in reverse. It would be that Jim would put out records, and then Cam would be on it to kind of uplift him.
Yeah.
I feel like this happened in reverse right now. I feel like Cam had to bring Jim in to give that extra.
Oh no, that Max B joint.
That Max B joint is fire.
Here goes what I'm going to give you as far as Jim goes. I felt like we got a different Jim here. We got a We got
I got
an established gym.
I got an established gym, but I got a lax gym where he was coasting. I didn't feel like Jim was on that record trying to prove himself.
We got an accomplished gym.
Yeah, and that's very telling.
But did Cam need Jim on that joint? Cam don't need nobody.
I think Cam did need him on the joint.
Cam needed 2 Chainz on the joint.
The only reason I say that you need Jim on it, because regardless of what you say or how you slice it, at present day, when you think of Dipset, you're only kind of thinking of Jim Jones. Jim Jones is the only person that's kind of been. I'm only saying he's the only person that's been able to hold that torch.
Nah. Once you say Dipset,
Who else? Yeah, but
that's
when you
Cam.
say, but Cam has.
I think about all 3 of them actually.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about impact. When you think about, all right, you talking about Joel, you're talking about Cam, you're talking about Jim.
You're saying he's been carrying the torch.
Yes. Think about it.
I can agree with that.
Jim hasn't missed.
I'll give you this. He's been most active.
Jim has not missed. Jim has not missed. When you really think about it.
When you really think about Jim's career, Jim never missed.
Jim's
never
first
missed. Album was fire.
Correct. But Jim was never given the flowers just because he was always in the shadow. And I don't know if that was intentional or.
Look at the shadow, though. We got the pink meanie.
COC.
Killer Cam.
COC.
He bodied this.
Come on. Now, Brandon, if you're going to believe in something,
you got it.
Why not believe in Flea? Huh?
Oh man, that's.
I didn't even like that song.
What did y'all think about the jabs though? The Juju jabs, the Safari jabs.
Was that really a jab? That could have been real life.
He was speaking facts.
I hear you speaking facts, but what was the point? Like you saying,
you think that was real?
Yeah.
Well, he said,
if anything, that's not a Juju jab. That's a Safari jab.
No, it's a Juju jab. He said, "Yo, first time I fucked Juliet, put her in the hospital. I'm just stating facts."
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
He threw
He got amped. If anything, that's a compliment.
Then he said, "Yo, I was gonna get back with my ex, but then I saw her running around with Safari.
That's a Safari
that's
diss.
the clown show. Like,
No, she was down with the circus.
But then
down with the
saw
circus
with
or whatever.
Safari.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
you a clown.
You're a clown.
Cam.
I mean,
get the computers.
Yo, that's Cam.
It is Cam. It is
No,
Cam.
I'm not being honest. When I was listening to it, I was like, "Damn, son, I really miss Dipset. I wish Joel's was."
That was the first thing I thought about.
Jewels would have been amazing on one of the joints.
Yeah.
KLP was fire. though.
KLP was great.
That's a hit.
I'm telling you, that Max B joint, and then he did the little. Usually, I don't do.
Yo,
this,
you
but
play-
Nah, Max B murdered that joint.
break him off a little previews of the remix.
Yo, what
I was laughing.
I was laughing too. That was pretty funny. But I feel like Max B, whenever he comes home, is going to have a
That's the wave god,
yo,
B.
He is going to have a breakout year.
God.
You know, I've never gotten on that Max B wave, man.
Oh no.
missed the
Yeah,
wave.
you missed the wave.
Nah, I get it. I definitely missed it.
You missed the wave.
But I'm happy to see it coming back.
I
I'm
was-
waiting out there with my surfboard.
Without Max B, a lot of these dudes, they copy
none
his style.
of that happens. None of that happens. That flashy, that talking.
I want to say the copy his style. You can't copy his style.
You can't copy it.
You
but
can't
people
copy Max B.
People have tried to replicate it. Like people have tried to replicate it. It's just unsuccessfully.
Max B is soul music.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you think this means for Cam though? Like, do you think this will
Solidifies him, man. He's going down in the pantheon of rappers.
He was already in the pantheon.
It just solidified. A lot of people they forget, man. They forget how dope Cam. He's from BBO, man.
You know what this is? This is when a rapper steps away from rap, and normally they can't come back. Like, and this is no offense, because I believe this man I'm about to mention is a legend, but he's just kind of just not the same because you could tell he stepped so far away from rap. Ludacris.
I knew he was gonna say Ludacris.
I
say
love
that
Luda.
all the time, yo. Luda for me,
Luda's one of the best rappers.
easily. You want to talk about delivering, flow, bars, cadence,
charisma,
everything. Luda had it.
ATLien Intruder.
And the moment he went and did that motherfucking Fast and Furious,
he saw them checks.
Gone.
and saw them checks.
So Cam started acting and all that. You know what I'm saying? Running his fashion line and everything else. Kind of just started coasting, breezing.
But the difference.
But he dropped an album or two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the difference is
they weren't like. But you could tell it was like, damn, like he's doing this, but I want this from him.
Yeah.
I want that soul. He gave us the soul on this joint.
The difference is why Cam is able to come back, and I think why Cam will always be able to come back, is because Cam dips his toe into different markets. He never steps his whole foot into it. Like he's done clothing, he's done movies,
He put his whole foot in rap.
He got Mona working for him.
But correct,
Heard that
which is a big statement.
He sounded hungry on his joint.
Yeah. But he also sounded like he had a point to prove. He sounded like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'm sure
he
he.
said, like, yo, y'all forgot.
I'm sure the same way we talk about Jim Jones, Dipset, and what that all means. I'm sure he hears those conversations where people are like, "Yo, Jim got it right now," and I'm sure the person in him is like, "Well, no, I got it right now. I never lost it." I'm sure that competitive nature will forever be there.
Yeah.
I just don't know that the way Jim is putting out albums is different. Like Jim. Every album sounds more and more polished. Like, he has one of the best cadences right now, and that's off of an ad-lib
I'm gonna
at
be
times.
honest with you. I'm taking Purple Haze 2 over Jim's last project.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah. No, I am. Purple.
No.
And that-
You want to
I'm
know why?
biased. I'm
You
biased.
want to know
I'm a
why?
Cam
You
fan.
want to know why? Because Cam's style fits today's style. Cam's style of punchline. His music, you could just ride out to its life.
I don't believe that.
You don't
because
have to think.
I can make an argument. Yo, when you listen to Jim Jones' album, I feel like even when I'm not in New York, I'm in New York. Like that, he is the only person that is really, like, really.
Nah, Cam. I get that feeling when I'm with. When I'm
You
listening to
do,
Cam.
but what I'm saying is, this is the one. When's the last time we got a Cam project? I'm talking about consistency.
Oh, sorry.
I'm talking about
Like,
putting
like
out.
a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, because I was just listening.
I'm talking about consistency, and I'm talking about like having like. Sure, this is making a wave. I still don't feel like.
Well, here goes.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I still don't
Yeah.
feel like this album is making the same impact that Jim Jones does.
Well, look, they both have the skill as rappers. They both have
course. Yeah.
top tier rapper skill.
Absolutely.
Difference is Cam, it factor. Cam's got an it factor. The way how he talks, the rasp in his voice, the way how he says things, his humor.
He does, but I feel like.
What she ate for dinner: turkey, milk, slice of banana bread. How you make slice of banana bread a punchline? Slice of banana bread.
But what
like just saying it like that.
You're right. But
you see
I
how
think,
cool I look saying that?
But the way Jim is kind of moving like an elder statesman, which is important in this day and age.
Jim is ill. I love Jim.
That's something I love both of them. I'm just for shits and giggles. I want to have the conversation.
You may not get this reference, but Dipset is the Four Horsemen.
Of course, I get the reference.
Hold on. Cam is Ric Flair.
Okay.
Jimmy is Arn Anderson. He's the enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
He's the enforcer.
Is it?
He's gonna mess this up. Hold on, go on.
Yeah, keep going.
Go on. I
Hold
already
on.
know. You mess it up. I can't wait.
I was stop-
Go ahead.
I was gonna
Name
stop
the
right
other
there.
two horsemen.
Who? All Anderson and
No.
Dipset. Yeah, Dipset. Who would you put you?
Jewels, and then who?
Jewels is. Oh my God.
You don't even have to name who he is. Who's the fourth horseman in Dipset?
Zeke.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like Hell Rell or J.R. Ryder.
The Rider of Riders.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought you was gonna go.
Yeah, you
I
think
was
I
gonna
knew
say,
that,
don't
right?
don't you disrespect
Yeah.
Zeke.
Nah, man, that's Zeke, man.
All right.
I don't know.
Zeke.
I think above all,
I know we good.
above all, there's,
I'm all right.
there's a bunch of records on there that were amazing. I love the Losing Weight 3. I love. There's so many records on there that I was like, yo, damn, this just sounds like Cam.
The intro.
Like it just sounds like Cam.
The intro.
Yo, man.
As soon as I heard the intro, I was like, all right, I see what type of.
Now,
song
if
he's
there was anything that could ever give you swag, it's that album. You turn that on. You turn that. Somebody walks up and you're playing that. You're automatically sort of cool.
It's Cam.
True or false?
It's Cam.
I don't think it works like that.
Yo.
I think it does.
I
It's
don't-
like, yo, this guy's taste. He's something about this guy. That's what you would say if you walk up and somebody's playing that.
Yeah, so you were the guy like in the summertime, you would roll down your windows and let people hear the cool music that you were playing to let them know that you were cool.
Yeah.
I still do that.
You are? You're still that guy?
Wait.
I can see it. You're still that guy.
Oh, that doesn't make you cool no more?
No! Who still
Bumping
does
the tunes?
that? Who does that?
Say 95.
Yeah, like
Well, the year's
you were
close-
the guy walking down the street with the radio and shit.
Yo, the year's close to a
At
close.
maximum volume.
The year is close
Roll
enough
your
to a
windows
close.
up.
Hold on. Album of the year. I'm either going Cam's joint or Young Thug's joint.
Have you heard Born to Rap? Have you heard the Game's Born to Rap?
Game's album, I ain't gonna
Have
lie.
you
And I don't
not-
even like how he's been marketing and doing all that, but
That album is fire.
Game makes great albums though.
Game is amazing. I didn't listen to Game's album yet, so that's the only reason why I didn't put him in there.
No.
But
Listen to Game's album.
But
Game's album is really, really
I thought
good.
I was in LA. I
But
was
I'm
ready
not
to start
surprised.
gangbanging.
I'm not surprised by it though. Game makes really good albums.
That
He's
1992 album?
Even when people classified him as a flop, like with a bunch of two, I think it was like 2 albums that he put out. Those albums, from a synchrony perspective and cohesive, were amazing projects.
well, let me lay this on you. You ever notice that all the best rappers are funny?
Yeah.
Like they're
Personality.
borderline comedians. Like you
Yeah,
almost have to
personality.
laugh when you
Yeah,
hear
100%.
Yeah, Cam.
Yeah.
Cam is hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Cam is funny.
Now I didn't listen to Game's album yet. I'll listen to it this week
Listen to it. Listen
Tell
to
you,
it. Because
that shit is fire.
because we're gonna have to give an album of the year review at some point.
which is gonna be tough.
In
Because there's a
what,
lot.
2 weeks maybe?
Yeah, there's a lot of albums that came out. I don't know what. Hold on. So are we gonna select one? Because there's no way to select just one. There's no way.
You got to rank them.
There's no way. And I feel like we have to do an R&B one and a rap one. You have to do both. Because if we're encompassing just albums of the year and including R&B, I'm an R&B guy. I have 4 I can name that would be
you
better.
know what we should do?
Well, if we're going R&B, I'm probably just gonna pick Frank Ocean's 2 singles.
What we should do
What are you
is...
saying? Sorry, I was distracted with the bullshit. What were you saying?
I was going to say like a 2019 essential album. Like if you had to put 2019 in a time capsule musically, what albums would we want to put in that time capsule?
I like that. I've already started doing that actually for like my R&B
You like that?
playlist.
How big is this capsule? How many albums?
We have to put it at like
we got to plan it because
like you talking about
R&B and rap.
Let's
like-
not be liberal. One for each genre.
R&B and hip hop.
Why don't we start by years? I think it's easier to start by years. So if we start from 2010, we pick 2 albums, right?
Are we
Then
closing out the
2000
decade or the year?
Oh, that's what do y'all want to do?
I was going to do the year.
If we're doing the
let's do the
year,
year.
let's do
Yeah,
the
'cause
year.
the
So all
decades-
right, so if we're doing
decade's too much.
If we're doing the year, are we picking one body of work, or are we picking one R&B project and one hip hop project?
We could do one R&B, one hip hop.
one.
All right, that's fine. I'm for that. I'm for that. Yo, before we get out of here, obviously you guys see that Erin is not here. We wanted to wish our esteemed friend and family member the biggest congratulations for signing her
Congratulations!
contract with CAA.
E.
You got scared.
Yeah, I got startled. She had been working on this for quite some time. You know what I mean? Like, and if you know her history and everything that she's been through, just getting to this point, super, super, super proud of that girl. Like,
Word.
she
Yeah.
worked hard for it, and I'm really, really proud of her. So shouts to you, E. We are celebrating with you in spirit while you're really celebrating. Yeah, definitely big shout out to her. I'm sure next week or the week after next, rather, she'll obviously go more in depth, you know, with what went
2020.
into that, and yeah, so it's gonna be a good year for us.
E's incredible.
Yeah, man.
Dedication and hard work, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've become a better host because of E.
Facts.
She makes
Me too.
everyone. She makes
Facts,
everyone
me
better.
too.
Yeah.
That's a little
she's
big
solid.
sister.
Yeah.
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 Big facts.
Like,
why
me-
is she so much more mature than me?
It's the haircut.
I feel like at times E is more mature than me. Like,
Yeah.
But then there's those little moments where she's still like the little sister. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like she'll ask for certain things or think about things, and then she'll kind of know. It's like, E, you don't need me. Like you know the answer. Like, and she's like, I got it. But she's just a mastermind, yo. So shout out to her.
So we're not getting no jokes off on E this week?
Nah, no
'cause
joke.
Oh, okay, no jokes.
She's about to kill me for that little haircut snap.
Yeah, I heard that. That's why I didn't know.
Yeah, no.
She's gonna murder me for that
And,
one.
Yeah, she's gonna murder you.
Nah, all love to E, man.
But yeah, all love to E. Congrats. Yeah, I think that's it. So honestly, for you guys in the comments, let us know what you guys think as far as what your albums of the year were, or if you already have your picks. If you already have your R&B pick of the year and you have your hip hop pick of the year, let us know what your picks were. As always, please hit the notification button to be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes. And thank you guys for tuning in as always.
Word.
Subscribe to our newsletter. As I said, our merchandise is still on sale. I know we've done a horrible job of promoting that, so we will get better at that, I assure you. But the merch is on sale. You'll see that come out probably this week, as well as a few other announcements that we're working on. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Bartholomew J. Wilshire III, a.k.a. Dr. Kenneth Noisewater,
Fam.
a.k.a. Young Nas.
Like, you just ran out of aliases. It was just over. I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I am Wilson. And even though we didn't talk about any of the stuff going on with Tekashi today, which is all over the news, right?
Yeah.
just so that you kids know, you don't have to be a gangster. Did you know that not a single member of the rap group NWA had a criminal record? Grassroots.
Grassroots.